DeWalt is claiming that the brand new DCD805 hammer drill driver is not only smaller and lighter, but it's also more powerful than previous models. By the way, this is not an atomic drill. This is not part of their compact series. This is a true XR drill. DeWalt is just now releasing the brand new DCD805, and it's their XR series 20 volt max hammer drill driver. So you get 2 speeds. It's a brushless motor, obviously delivering up to 40% more power than the older 790 series, which is not too old itself. Now you also get some differences in the LED light as well as some other features. So let's take a deeper look. Then we'll actually use it. We'll compare it to some of the other models here, and then we'll come back and talk about pricing, about warranty, and what we thought of it. This is the new DeWalt DCD805, and it's part of their XR lineup. So 20 volt max brushless hammer drill driver. You get a metal or steel chuck, and it is a 1/2 inch chuck, obviously 3-jaw 1/2 inch chuck, so we can run 1/2 inch drill bits. A lot the same as the DCD791, except the new DCD805 is supposed to have 40% more power than the DCD791. If you look at the backside, you see a little broader, a little more width here across the brushless motor. Looks like they've got a little more powerful brushless motor in this. Still have a 2-speed gearbox in this, which if you compare to the older XR series, the 991, you get a 3-speed gearbox on this. And a lot more metal here on the face of the unit. We'll compare the weight here in just one moment. We'll see the differences between these. And again, we get a 3-speed gearbox here, 2-speed gearboxes here. Max on the 805 in low speed is going to be 600 RPMs. And you get a variable speed trigger. So you can get very slow and crawl that up as fast as we want. So again, 600 RPMs in low, or RPM in low, and high is going to give us 2,000 RPM. By the way, I think I said 600, it's 650 RPM on low, and in high, up to 2,000 RPM. Again, we get that variable speed trigger, so we can ease that up there as fast or as slow as we want to. Now, one of the major differences between this new 805 and the older 791 and even the 991, we get 3 different mode settings on the LED, and that's not all. So basically we have off, so when we pull the trigger the light doesn't come on, and then we have basically it's I don't know, probably 35-40 lumen setting when we pull the trigger, and it's going to stay on for 20 seconds. And then we have basically a work light mode, so we can shift it over, get a full 70 lumens of light output, and that light will stay on for 20 minutes. So pretty cool setting there. So if you're working under a home, working under a car, wherever it is, and you need a little more light, you can pull the trigger, slide it over to the work light mode, pull the trigger, and it's going to stay on for 20 minutes. Not just that, we also have the ability to aim this light. So we have 3 positions. There's all the way down, there's in the middle, and then we can aim it up as well. So that's pretty cool. Haven't seen that on many other tools where we can actually aim that LED where we need it to shine. On the clutch, we get a 15-position driver clutch, and then we also have drill mode and then hammer mode. In hammer mode, we're going to get up to 34,000 blows per minute or impacts per minute in the hammer drill mode. So again, we get 15 different clutch settings, and then a clutch setting in the drill mode that's going to basically lock out that clutch, and then also in hammer mode, which is going to lock out the clutch as well as provide those impacts or blows per minute. We get the pretty standard grip or rubber overmolding ergonomic grip that DeWalt has on most all of their drill and impact tools, that same kind of pistol style. A little bit of rake in the handle, no rake in the head, so we have a very level head, but we do have some rake built into that. When I say rake, a little lean-to into that handle. And if you ever wondered why that is, well, if you ever hold your fist, if you hold it straight up, it really doesn't feel comfortable. More comfortable is right there. It's kind of natural. So that's why the rake and the handle, which then levels out the head when you're actually holding it naturally. Let's move in our scales here, and we'll take a look at these units. And so we've got it on pounds and ounces. I'm going to weigh the 991 with a 5 amp hour battery. You're looking at 4 pounds, 11.5 ounces, so 4 3/4 pounds. If I go to the 805 with the PowerStack battery, looking at 3 pounds, 11 ounces, so 3 3/4 pounds. So we're shaving a whole pound off by going to this drill. Now, obviously, if I went to the 5 amp hour battery, probably going to pick up some weight there. Yeah, now I'm at 4 pounds, 6 ounces, so about 5 ounces less than the DCD805 and the DCD805 with the 2 amp hour battery. You're looking at 3 pounds, 6.5 ounces. So we're definitely shaving some weight from the larger 991, and it is a smaller unit as well, just about a 1/2 inch shorter in the snout than the larger XR series body. And again, picking up 40% more power over this, I believe we get 850 unit watts out on this, which equates to somewhere around 800 inch-pounds. The 991 actually delivered more than 800 inch-pounds. I believe they claimed it delivered like 820, which really is probably done through the 3-speed gearbox, because low in this is 450 RPM. So you're probably creating more torque via the transmission, the lower gear output, than on the newer DCD805. Now let's use this and see what we think. Now we're going to start with something very easy for the DCD805, and that is a 3/4 inch auger. I'm sorry, it's a 7/8 inch auger bit. Should be able to chew through this 2x4 rather easily. I've got it in high speed and speed 2, and I've got it locked out in drill mode. Had it in hammer drill mode, so we've got it now in drill mode, and here we go. And no problem there. Did not expect to have any issues there, which we don't. Let's go ahead and turn this 2x4 sideways. So now let's go through the actual width of this 2x4. I know we're splitting it, but it's having no problems going through that whatsoever. So not a real test for the DCD805. Let's go to an 1.5 inch spade bit. So now we've got an 1.5 inch self-feeding spade bit in here. I think our last hole is about right there, so we're going to go right here. So even in high speed, no problem at all. And now the true test, a 2 9/16 self-feed auger bit. And we're going to see if it will actually handle this. I'm going to try in high speed. I doubt it's going to make it through in high speed. Here goes. Yeah, I didn't figure so. So we'll back out. And we'll start in low speed. Impressive. This little guy has the power to eat through with a 2 9/16 inch auger bit with no issues whatsoever. And finally, we're going to shift into hammer drill mode, go into high speed or speed 2, have a multi-purpose bit. We're going to drill through this steel plate, or attempt to, the 2x4 and the cinder block. So we've gone through the steel plate, through the 2x4, and into the cinder block. You see it took a little bit to drill through the plate. Not the drill's fault, just the drill bit took a little bit, but still using the same drill and drill bit to go through all three materials and bury it deep into that cinder block. There's no question, it's impressive the amount of power that DeWalt is pulling out of the DCD805. Now the DCD800 should be about the same, you just don't get the hammer drill features as you do in the 805. Also, drilling with the hammer drill and drilling through the steel plate, the 2x4, and the concrete, quite impressive. Let's face it, you're not drilling 3/4 inch holes in slabs to be able to set anchors for steel beams. You're probably drilling, anchor holes and cinder blocks to hang blinds and that sort of thing. This thing has the power to do that, no problem whatsoever. Also, the small frame, very handy tool, very easy to hold. With the PowerStack battery, nice small footprint, nice narrow footprint. And by the way, this is also Tool Connect ready if we didn't say so already. So you see right here, you take these two screws out and you put your Tool Connect chip in there, and then you're able to actually track and manage your tools on the Tool Connect system. So really cool little tool. Check out the DCD805. It should be hitting the shelves in April of this year, which is actually right now. So we are in April. You should be seeing this any time now. Pricing, we don't have exact pricing on it. I would expect bare tool to be in that 125 range, somewhere between 100 and 150 bucks. Again, I'm expecting to see that 125. Kit price, probably somewhere between 200 and 300, depending on whether you get a single battery kit or a dual battery kit. We'll be sure to update the link in the description when pricing is available. You will get a 3-year limited warranty with this on the DeWalt XR DCD805. Hey, check it out for yourselves when it's available. Also, keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you don't mind, would you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already? And by all means, if you hated our video, then give us a thumbs down. But would you let us know in the comments why? Have a great day and keep smiling.